Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Blue Couch Therapy. It's your boy. I was merging and I didn't even look past the speed bump. Welcome back. It's your boy, better yet the man. True, and we back for another one. Today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about holding it down. Holding it down for yourself so that you can hold it down for others. The best way, or the only way to be helpful to other people, is to be helpful to yourself first and foremost. Oftentimes I find people are always going to want to guilt trip you into doing what they want you to do, but you need to understand that you have to live your life for yourself, and you're only helpful to other people if you're good to yourself. I believe it's Brian Tracy that says, Brian Tracy or Jim Rohn, one of those two gentlemen was talking about the idea where it's like, oh, I'll do for you if you do for me. But then you realize how short end of an agreement that actually is, because you end up getting drained and then you both are like just sitting here frustrated. So the best thing to do is to take care of yourself. I'll take care of myself so that I can take care of you. Because if I'm in the best shape mentally, if I'm in the best shape physically, if I'm in the best shape financially, there's so much more as a friend that I can do to help you than if I'm just focusing all my energy and resources on just trying to do what you say you want me to do, living in the short term, you know? And I think it's an interesting balancing act to go through, because it's like balancing the short term versus the long term, but also living in the now and being detached from the outcomes. So, I mean, it can be very confusing. Personally, I just like to keep it simple and then have it, personally I like to keep it simple and just have it so that it's like, okay, just live in the frequency and the manifestation in which you want. Whoa, there's probably like 100 geese in the field there. That's cool, that's pretty neat. They shit so much, so that field is probably gonna be useless for the next, however long until it clears out. But yeah, guys, people are often going to be so quick to guilt trip you into doing what they want you to do. That, I think, is something that, I don't know, sometimes it seems as though that people don't have any other way to like communicate with you their needs, but in like a sarcastic, almost kind of like snaring or jab like way, in the sense that like people can't just be like, oh, okay, you know, like, you know, when for example, like somebody asks you to do something or asks you to go to like a party or something like that, and you're like, nah. Or the classic one where it's like you don't drink and you're like, oh, you want to drink? You're like, nah. It's never enough to just be like, nah. They always need something more. They always need like, oh, well, I'm a this, or, you know, well, come on, bro, it's just one drink, or it's just one, you know. Why can't no ever just be enough? Or you just say what you're gonna do and then that's it, you know? So I think that's a very, they're always going to guilt trip you. They're always going to try to guilt trip you into that. But this is where it's like, you got to be firm in your conviction. You have to understand the larger picture, and you have to understand where you're going. You know, you can't let these people knock out your pivot that aren't even on a pivot of themselves. You feel me? Like, they're not even happy. They're not even living their best life. They're not even living abundantly. And yet still they're going to be so quick to tell you what you need to be doing and where you need to be and what you should be, you know, working on in order to make them happy. I think that it's just time for us to live for ourselves and not allow certain limiting beliefs to hold us back anymore, especially like seeking external validation and trying to please others. So yeah, that's just the basis, you know. You have to hold it down for yourself first and foremost, because the better that you are for yourself, the better that you are to yourself, the better that you can begin to be for other people. You really can't do nothing for nobody if you're not in a position of readiness, or if you're not in a position of, yeah, I think readiness is a word I would like to use. But if you're not in a position to hold it down, essentially, because if you're saying that, like, okay, you know, how better, truly, how better of a friend would you be if your finances were in order? If you were a scholar, if you had so many more things to talk about, if you guys could discuss language and you were prompting people in your life to explore new avenues that they weren't thinking about before. What a blessing you would be upon people's lives if you focus on it that way. if you focus on it by building your best self and looking into your own heart and seeing what it is, truly seeing what it is that you want and how you can bring that out to the best of your abilities, I think is important. So yeah, guys, I see all that to say. Love you lots. This is just a shorty that came to me as I was on the road, so I said let me get active and talk to my friends. Okay, love you guys lots. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Talk to you soon. I'm out. Peace.